Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Addie Bell and I do videos on makeup and skincare and beauty. And this month I am also doing Vlogmas. So if you aren't following along, you should. I already have about 5 videos up already. And so this is Vlogmas day 6. In the last video I did a makeup inventory and that was just part 1, and because I have makeup and there's just so many different categories, I also have to do a part 2. So this is the part 2 of my makeup inventory. I want to be able to show you that how much makeup I have and what I'm working with and how much I'm spending on makeup. All of this I've paid for. I have not been gifted makeup before. This is what I like. I'll talk a little bit about what I'm decluttering and what I'm keeping as well. So our first category that we're going to be talking about are eyeshadow palettes. These are all my eyeshadow palettes. I'm breaking them down into my large eyeshadow palettes and my small ones. And I'm going to kind of combine some as well. So the first eyeshadow palettes that I wanted to talk about are the Juvia's Place eyeshadow palettes. These I have in the Violets by Juvia's Place, the Chocolates, and the Berries. And these are just really great palettes, really focused colors. So obviously these are all the pinks. These are all some chocolates. I use this a lot for smoky eyes, and then this is a bunch of purples. So very good formula, and I do use these for a lot of different looks. And I love that they're just so specified by the color so that I know exactly what I'm getting out of them, and it isn't just a random eyeshadow palette. Another eyeshadow palette I use a lot for a smoky eye is the Winky Lux Coffee palette. I really like these shades for an everyday look. This has been a really good palette that I've gotten a lot of use out of, and I'm almost hitting pan in this color over this one over here. Looks like I'm pointing to the other one, but so I've used that a lot. These are 2 really good smoky eyeshadow palettes, and I feel like they're comparable. So if you have one, I don't feel like you need the other. My favorite palette ever is the Tarte Toasted palette, and it's very well used. As you can see, I have used up most of these 4 colors right here, and I'm getting close to this one. And so when this the little Tarte palette came out, I went ahead and bought it. So I have 2 now. There's some colors in each that I use, and so it's been nice to have both of them, but I would always repurchase this palette. This is my favorite every day for warm toned skin like me. It's just the best colors, the best formula. Love this palette. Another palette I use a lot is this Love Is My Drug palette. This has a lot of great soft pink colors and some like browns as well. And as you can tell, I've panned in a couple of these as well. I do like this formula. I wouldn't say it's the most pigmented, and it doesn't stay on the longest. It's the Makeup Obsession brand, and so just not the highest quality of eyeshadows, but something I have gotten a lot of use out of. 2 palettes that I've recently gotten that I'm not using that much is the Ocean's Awakening eyeshadow palette. This eyeshadow palette has a lot of really fun colors, but I'm just realizing as I move along in makeup, I am just more of the natural makeup person than the crazy eye makeup. So I'm sure I'll use this when I want to do a fun look, but this is not something I reach for every day. Along with this one, this I literally just got for a look, so I'm kind of sad that I bought it because there's just some crazy colors in here that I probably will never use. I've never used the neon greens. Obviously I've used a lot of the blues and the purples, and someday I'll do one with the red, but this is the Trendy in Tokyo BH Cosmetics palette, and it is very bright. I don't use it very much. One of my favorite recent purchases is this Flower Jungle Lights palette. I have showed you the colors in this before, and this is just so beautiful. It goes well on top. it's good on its own. These are just the prettiest colors. So this is one of my favorite recent eyeshadow purchases that I would highly recommend. I was, for some reason, attracted to the Chipotle eyeshadow palette trend. And you can see I've used some of it, but I haven't really used it a lot. These colors are intimidating to me, the greens and the browns I might use a little bit more, but I haven't used it a ton. But I do like the colors in it, and I think it's a good like winter fall palette. So I just need to be pulling it out a little bit more. There are some colors in here I don't own. So the browns and the, oh, they're on this side. The browns and the lighter colors, obviously I have, but these greens and the orange, I don't really have shades like that. So I think if I remember to pull this palette out, I will use it. Another palette I have with just lots of color to it is this Shayla and Color Pop Proceed with Caution palette. This broke on me, and I think it just made me mad. So I stopped using it, but I love this shimmer here in the middle. It is really pretty brown, and it's also kind of a shade that I don't have. And so these are fun colors, but just ones I don't use. So these three palettes would be palettes that I probably should move on from just because I'm not reaching for them very much. So that brings us to, that's like my large eyeshadow palettes, and I have a whole thing of small eyeshadow palettes. So I'm gonna kind of combine them into different categories and just talk about them. I won't really talk about every single one because that would take forever. One category that I love are the mini Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes. If you didn't know, Natasha Denona palettes are just super expensive. They're around $65, and these are only $20 if you get the minis. And I like mini palettes better. Eventually, I would like to just have all mini eyeshadow palettes in my collection because I feel like I will get better use out of them, and I'm not buying colors that I won't actually use. So I love these, good purchase. Another thing I have a lot of is these Ipsy boxes have given me a ton of these just mini palettes with really great everyday looks in them. So this one's by Oriza. The PYT one is pretty similar. This one, I mean, all these really good everyday shadows. So I would much rather prefer these mini shadows than buying a really big eyeshadow box and having shadows that I don't ever use. Like I showed you, there's several eyeshadow palettes I haven't really touched much because I just don't reach for them in those colors. So I actually reach for these mini ones a lot more than I would the large ones. I do have one Fenty Beauty palette. This is in the number 7 palette. I love these shades, these two brown and bronzy shades, but I do have a lot of things similar, and I'm not super in love with the formula of this. So this was something that I wanted to try, and I'm glad I did. And I am getting a lot of use out of those bronzes, like I said. But I also appreciate that they're doing this mini palette thing instead of getting one large palette and wasting a bunch of eyeshadow. So I like that idea, and I do like the colors I picked out for this. The rest of them are going to be a bunch of shimmers. This is the Pat McGrath called the Mothership, part of the Mothership palette. It doesn't tell me what the colors of the shades are on here, but these are some of the prettiest shimmers that I own. And I know I still haven't done my nails yet, so you just have to see ugly nails this whole video. Anyways, but this is really great shimmers. Other shimmers that I've been using a lot recently are the Kiko Milano. These are more of a liquid eyeshadow shimmer, and I have them in a bunch of different colors. I really have been enjoying those. I also have two similar things from the Color Tattoo from Maybelline. I have one in the shade Socialite and the other in the shade Trailblazer. I use these a little bit. I feel like they just dry out really fast. And so I just didn't reach for them after that. I'm also getting makeup everywhere. Something I talked about recently in in my gift video was these shadows. These are just all shimmers. They work best on top of, oh here I have a pink one too. They work best on top of your eyeshadow, and the silver one has already dried out, but they do make for really pretty shadow, and then they kind of dry on top. So they're not like the most pigmented thing in the world, but they definitely are a really fun makeup look idea. The gold is really good. I might need to do that for Christmas. So these are a fun addition to your makeup. I'm almost done here. Some liquid shadows I've most recently purchased are these Danessa Myricks liquid eyeshadows. I love them, and I'm really excited to get more colors because I have a lot of pink shades and I would like to get some. But what I love is these can be used as cheek or on your lips, or as a liner, or yeah, just so many different things you can do with these. And so if you get them in different colors, I feel like you would use them a lot more than if you got like just some eyeshadows in a bunch of different colors. Okay, next in the category is mascaras. I'm gonna get out the ones I use the most and then talk about the other ones. This is not a mascara, but this is a primer, and this is the L'Oreal Voluminous Prime Base. I have always loved using a primer. I feel like your mascara stays on better, and that you just get a lot more out of your mascara. And then I do feel like my lashes grow when I'm using this as well. So this is a primer that I have used for a long time. I keep repurchasing it, and it's a really great price point. My two favorite mascaras right now are the Sky High and the Lash Sensational, both by Maybelline. This one is really great at separating your lashes and setting them, and then this one's really good at thickening and giving you that volume that you'd want. So they actually go really well together. This one is fun separate if you don't want too much of a bold look, and then this one's great for just an all-around. You get the thickening, you get the separation of your lashes. So definitely would recommend this one as the #1, but I do enjoy the Sky High. I have also been using this e.l.f. Big Mood. Now this is big, and it does sometimes get a little chunky, but if I want a big lash, I use this. I feel like it goes on really well and it stays on well. It does by the end of the day get a little touchy, but I feel like that's after I've been like touching my eyes too much, and then it starts rubbing off. So I really like this. This is another mascara I reach for a lot. I have a couple more I need to talk about. I bought this, is this the Stila one? I bought the Stila one. This one's just too chunky for me. I just didn't like it. And I used it for a little while, but I just felt like it just made my lashes stick together too much. So this will be something that's gonna go into the bin. I got these in Ipsy box. Well, no, I got this in an Ipsy box. This is the Uoma. This is really good. I really like this mascara, and I've really enjoyed using it. And then the last mascara is the Thrive Cosmetics. Everyone loves this mascara, and while it looks so great on, it is horrible to take off. So I did not keep using this because of that reason. So this is also going to go into the box. Here is all of the eyeliners I'm going to talk about today. I think I have actually a couple in my little box here too. So the #1 eyeliner I use, I have to use a liquid eyeliner because it dries. I have hooded eyes, and so if it doesn't dry, it'll just transfer up to the top of my lid. And so I love the Physicians Formula liquid eyeliner. This liquid eyeliner dries really well. The only thing I would say is that the pen is a little thick for me, but other than that, it goes on really well. It's really pigmented. It's this one right here, and it dries really quickly. I really like this formula, and it's a drugstore formula, which is really nice. Some other drugstore eyeliners. These are eyeliners / eyeshadows. I got the Mint Melt colors in the shades Ice Cream, Mint Melt Me, or Melt With Me, and Mint For You. I love these. These go on really well, and these make the perfect everyday look. The other two liquid eyeliners that I have are the Huda, I hate that word. Huda Beauty? I don't know. This liner was recommended by an influencer and it looks good here, but there's just, I have a problem with the tip. It just isn't fine enough for me. Well, I mean, it's really small, but it just doesn't always, maybe I guess what I'm saying is it just dries out too quickly. And so I just don't love this, but it still has product in it, so I don't have enough. I'm not going to get rid of it because I'm going to try to use it up, but anyways, it's just not my favorite. And then the other one I have that I stopped reaching for is the, this is the House Laboratories one. And while it does look like it went on great there, you'll notice if you try to get a nice thin point, it just doesn't work. And very similar to the Huda Beauty one, it just dries out so quickly when I'm trying to use it on my eyes. And I hate that. It's like my liner could look a lot better if my actual liner tips did better. These are all of my pencil liners. So I have two Sephora ones, which they just are great, everyday, easy pencil liners. They do transfer if you have hooded eyes though, just like any pencil eyeliner would. I also love the Marc Jacobs ones. They are a gel liner and they go on really smooth. They also do transfer though, so that's why I just normally use my liquid liner. And then finally I have a Milani liner here. It's like a gel, kind of like the, it's this purple one here, kind of like the Marc Jacobs one, but what's really cool is it has this blendable edge to it, although I just pulled it off. And so if you rub it, it kind of makes it kind of blendy, which I'm sure a brush would do the same thing, but it makes it less harsh. So that's a fun color. I don't really use it that much, so I'm gonna put it in the bin just because I probably haven't used it for like a year. So we'll put that in the declutter bin. So I probably went through those really fast, but there's just so much to cover. I don't want to overwhelm you too much. So those are my eyeliners and mascaras and eyeshadows, everything to do with my eyes. We're going to end the video with everything to do with my lips. So that's going to be your lipsticks, which I have this cute little lipstick holder here. Here is everything. Here's all my lips. We're going to start with the lipsticks. So I'm going to make sure that I get those out. And then after lipstick, we're going to go into lip gloss. What I try to do is keep the ones I use the most on my desk, and I try to switch them out for fall and for summer. So I've talked about these a ton, and so if you have watched any of my videos, you would know that. And so, sorry, that's a distraction. And so you can go back and hear me talk about these, but these are perfect, wonderful nudes. They're the Color Fetish Milani matte lipsticks. The other lipsticks I'm a huge fan of, and you can see by the how many different ones I have. These are the Wet n Wild lipsticks, and they are, I think I have two of the cream. The white are the white or the like shimmer creamy shades, and then the black ones are more of the matte. So I have the colors Rose and Slay. And this is Mochalicious. This deep red color is Cinnamon Spice. And then finally, the shade Mad for Mauve. So all great colors. I'm keeping these out, these three out for fall. This is a little too pink for me for the summer, but the rest of them are good fall, and this is just one of those great nude pink colors that you want on your lips all the time. I also have quite a few of the Maybelline lipsticks. Let's see if I can get all of those out. Some of them I have in some crazy colors, so I may be getting rid of them. So the fall ones I have are a pretty dark one in the shade Double Shot. And then another dark one, and this is probably one of my favorite. So those are the two right there. Those are the two Maybelline ones I have out. This is the shade Copper Charge, and it's just a really pretty shimmer orangey fall toned lipstick. So I use those, and then these are crazy colors. I'm not even going to swatch them. I'm just going to show you the color and then hope that it focuses. I just don't think I'll ever use these shades. And so I think I will just get rid of them. But they're all really bright colors in the color Pink Pop, Bucket, Blackest Berry, and Fuchsia Flash. So really bright colors, but just not something that I would regularly reach for. So I think they were just given to me. So not even something I would normally pick up. So I'm not brave enough lipstick to have these. So these are going to go into the declutter bin. The last two fall lipsticks I've been using are this color. This is just another nude. Let's see how close it is to the pink. So here's the two nudes I have. You can see how close those are. So both of these colors are very similar and just want those nude pink colors that you want on your lips. And then the last fall color I have in my bin is this is called Bronzed Pecan, and this is probably my favorite lipstick right now. It is just a really pretty fall lip. It looks great with a gloss on top. So these are kind of the fall shades that I keep out on my desk. And then anything a little bit more pinky or a little bit too bright, I keep in my drawer, my makeup drawer. And I have one more color, and this is another great fall color. This is the Fenty Beauty color in the color Freckle Fiesta. Another great fall, it's right there, fall shade. Don't you love all those shades on my hand? Those are all my lipsticks. Next, we're going to talk about lip glosses. So lip glosses, I have a lot and I love them all. And so let's go through them. All right, one that I use a lot is this House Laboratories. If you don't like sticky lip gloss, then you won't like this. This is very sticky, but it also stays on because it's so sticky. So I feel like this is a gloss that lasts the longest. It's one of my favorite House Laboratories purchase, and I love it because it just looks so good over these nudes that we were just talking about, and it gives it a nice shimmer. It's a good go-to lip gloss. I've been talking about the Lifter gloss. It's very similar in terms of the fact that it is a very good everyday, but it looks good over like every single one of these lipsticks. I think it's because of that orangey brownish tone that it has. It just kind of calms down a lipstick, but also it's hydrating. It has hyaluronic acid. This is the lip gloss you want kept in your purse. I have so many neutrals. Okay, so here's some lip glosses as well that you want. This is another one of those brown shades that just looks good on top of everything. So you put it on top of a dark, and it just kind of, like I said with the other one, it tones it down a little bit. So I would say this is very comparable to the Lifter gloss. It's just very hydrating. I don't think it has the hyaluronic acid in it that would make it even more hydrating for your lips. And this is just in a different shade of that butter gloss. Another lip gloss I love. This is so great for fall because you can take more of a pinky shade and you can put this orange shade on top, and it kind of gives it more of a fall look. It's also kind of works really well with my skin tone. This feels really good on the lips as well. And it's a shade that I don't have very much of. This is something I bought recently. This is by Uoma Beauty as well. I just showed a mascara by that. It's a lip oil. So if you haven't done lip oils yet, you should. They feel so good on your skin, and they're very moisturizing. Now, they don't last very long, but for me, they can take the place of a chapstick. So I love lip oils. This is one that I have. I also have this is the brand, I already said Uoma. And then this is the brand Sophia and Mabel that I got from an Ipsy box. And just another lip oil. Feels so good on the lips. So It's a little bit more pinky of a shade than I like, but it doesn't show up too much. The Aveda Color Bomb, just another liquid, but it actually dries down a little matte. And so it's not really a shimmer shade, still a nude. You can tell I like nude lipsticks. Everybody was talking about this Fido Glow lip balm from Naturium, so I really wanted to try it. I do love the applicator on this, but other than that, I just didn't feel like it was anything too different from any other lip balms that I own. But this feels so, that metal applicator feels so good on the lips. This is another lip oil from MAC, and this is one of the reds that I have. This looks great if you do a red lipstick and then you put this on top. It's just so, I don't have any room left to show you colors, but that is so pretty. It's like the best red, and it's glossy. I don't really love matte on my lips. If you haven't tried a lip plumping gloss, especially if you have smaller lips like I do, they're really fun. I don't feel like they make your lips look that big, but they do, I feel like they do plump it up a little bit, get a little bit of the tingling sensation. This is just a clear one from the e.l.f. Mint collection, and I've reached for this a lot. Obviously, it's kind of turning a different color because I keep putting it on top of colors like this. That is the lip gloss. We are almost done, everybody. Last but not least is the lip liners. I don't really have much to say about lip liners because I only use one. I only use this, and then this is the dupe of that. So the other ones are just a bunch of different, can't comment on them because I don't use them. But I have them in a bunch of different colors, so let's break them up by brand. So I have some NYX in some different shades. I have a NARS one, which I felt was very comparable to NYX, so don't feel like I needed to buy. I have a CoverGirl one, which I don't remember even buying this. Oh yeah, I do actually. This one has a really cool applicator, but it's really dark. I don't really wear that dark of lipstick very much, but this is a shade I don't wear, so I'm gonna put that in the get rid of pile along with this. Well, that might be a red. Yeah, I'll keep this. This is a Milani lip liner. This is an Aveda lip liner in a more nude shade, but it's still kind of pinky. And then the last ones I'm going to talk about, really the only lip liners I use. So this is the Makeup Forever Endless Cacao. And if you follow Katie Jane Hughes, you will know that that's the one she uses. This one is the Kiko Milano 536. These are the same color. This is like over $20, and this is like $5 to $6. So this is the dupe. I'm using this one up, and then I will use the dupe. I just wanted to make sure the dupe worked, and I didn't want to forget about it. So these are really the only lip liners that I feel like I need, unless maybe I'm doing a red lip or something, or a really dark lip. What these do is kind of like the lip gloss I was talking about. If I put this around these shades, it kind of just neutralizes it, and so it's not as harsh up against your lips. So you really want kind of that brown taupey kind of shade, and that will actually make your lipstick look really good, and you can kind of blend it out into the skin. The only two lip liners, like I said, I use if you're just doing everyday looks. I feel like these lip liners would be all you need. Sometimes I just put the lip liner on and then lip gloss, and that's all I need. Here is the get rid of bag. A lot of this makeup is still fine, but it's just makeup I'm not reaching for, and it's not getting the use it could, so maybe someone else will use it more. I have 4 sisters, so what I like to do is bring this to them and see if there's anything in there that they might want to use, and then after that, I just get rid of it. Some of it's old, so I can't resell it, but I like to go through my makeup collection and just kind of make sure I'm using what I have, and if not, let someone else use it. That will actually get more use out of it. Okay, I feel like that last video was a little rushed, but I did get through all of my makeup and I showed you everything that I am getting rid of. Go through your makeup, see what you're using, what you're not using. Maybe there's something that other people would use more and that they could get more use out of. And also it helps me to know, like, I might be thinking, oh, I need to buy some more lip liner. But if you saw my lip liner collection, you saw that I do not need to buy any more lip liner. So always just a good idea to just take inventory, see what you have, see what you need, see what you don't need. With that, that is the end of Vlogmas Day 6. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've used any of the products you saw in this video and what you think of them. And if you enjoyed this, please like, please subscribe, please comment, and do all that for my channel. It really helps. And I hope to see you in the next one, which is tomorrow, and it's going to be more of a Vlogmas style, which I'm excited about. I'm not used to vlogs, but they're still very fun. Hope you have a good evening, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.